tonight's studio. Here's John Saunders.
Thanks a lot, Bob and Jim. 4-2 is now the final. The New York Mets now just a half game behind the Pittsburgh Pirates. Should the Pirates lose at San Francisco, the Mets will have moved into a tie for first place. They've won 18 of their last 20 games, 11 straight. This is the fourth time in team history that the Mets have won 11 straight. That is a team high. Twice before when it happened, in 1969 and 1986, they went on to win the World Series, so the Mets are on a roll. But something else we have to report. We have an outstanding game going on in Toronto. The Oakland A's and the Toronto Blue Jays. Dave Stewart has a no-hitter, and he will take that into the ninth inning, a no-hitter through 8, where he will face, scheduled to bat, Manny Lee, Mookie Wilson, and Junior Felix, all switch hitters. We will take you there in a moment's time. Dave Stewart has 10 strikeouts in the game and 2 base on balls. He's retired 23 consecutive Blue Jays. He'll take it into the ninth inning, going for the no-hitter against Toronto at Skydome, and that's no easy task. A reminder, we still have a second game to come here on ESPN at 10:30 Eastern Time. We'll move it to Los Angeles. The Dodgers at Dodger Stadium hosting the St. Louis Cardinals. Jose De Leon, he's 6-5 on the season, will face Fernando Valenzuela, who's 5 of 6. Both of these teams have lost 4 of their last 5 games. In fact, the Cardinals, a team many people picked to finish first in the National League East. They need a win to escape the National League East cellar. We'll get you there at about 10:30 Eastern Time. But in the meantime, let's update some scores and highlights, and we'll start back up in Canada, where it's the Montreal Expos at the Big O Olympic Stadium, and they're hosting the Atlanta Braves. The Expos struggling as of late, as they were only a half game back at one point out of first place, actually took it over from the Pirates. Dennis Martinez rolling early. Martinez gets Dale Murphy looking. He had 5 strikeouts through 3 innings. But in the top of the 4th, it's scoreless. Dave Justice singles up the middle. Jeff Treadway scores 1-0. The Braves on top. Then Tim Wallach with some great defense, robbing Ron Gant of a hit. Wallach not only doing it with the leather down at third, but with the lumber as well. Bottom of the 4th, Tom Glavine protecting the shutout, but not for long. Takes it out to the opposite field. 12th home run of the year. Ties the game at 1-1. But the Braves have come up with a couple of more runs. Oddibe McDowell has driven in 1. Jeff Treadway as well with RBI singles. 4-1 is the lead. Now the Atlanta Braves have it in the 7th. Jim Presley had to leave the game in the 5th with a strained elbow. He dived to stop a ball and didn't get it. Wallach had 12 home runs in 88, 13 in 1989. He's on a roll this year. Now at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, the Astros and the Phillies. Defensive battle in Philly. Astros with a man on first. Bill Gullickson lays down the bunt. Darren Dalton up with it. Guns it to second. 1 out. The relay. Eric Yelding then trying to steal second. Dalton guns it. Tommy Herr digs it out. Comes up with the tag. The Phillies continue with the tough D. Rafael Ramirez hits the shot to second. Tommy Herr comes up with it. Makes the throw from his knees and records the out. Bottom of the 7th, Phillies lead 1-0, and Lenny Dykstra, the National League's leading hitter, goes deep to right. It's gone. His 4th home run of the year. The Phillies take a 2-0 lead on the game. The Astros have 13 consecutive losses on the road, tying a team record in a single season. That happened back in the 60s. Combs, 4-6, as a 6th hitter on the season. Charlie Hayes drove in a run 27 this year. And Lenny Dykstra with the solo home run. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll have more in just a moment. We'll update Dave Stewart and his quest at Skydome in Toronto for the no-hitter. Stay with us. We'll return. Good job, Alan.
Cars that.
A lot of cars in this town need parts from Parts Plus. Take a hint from your car. Go to Parts Plus for the quality name brand auto parts you need. Because Parts Plus sells name brand auto parts with quality you can rely on. The same quality name brands used by professional race car drivers. So the next time your car needs auto parts, come to Parts Plus.
We're America's family of auto parts stores.
If you can't get enough of your favorite toppings, Pizza Hut has the pizzas you'll love.
Do you love me?
The Meat Lovers Pizza. 6 mouth-watering meat toppings smothered between 2 luscious layers of cheese. And now the new Veggie Lovers Pizza with peppers, mushrooms, and tons of other great veggies. Now get a Meat Lovers or new Veggie Lovers for $9.99. 82 for just $4 more.
Do you love
Meat Lovers, Veggie Lovers. Now who do you love?
Pizza Hut? Making it great.
4 times 6. 24. 4 times 7. the ballpark. The preceding message was furnished by Major League Baseball.
Dave Stewart on the mound in Toronto in the ninth, looking for his no-hitter. Let's go there now to Toronto.
We welcome all of you who have been watching the Mets and Cincinnati. New York winning its 11th in a row. The drama here in the ninth inning is Dave Stewart going for the no-hitter. The first pitch is chopped foul at the plate by Manny Lee. Lee is 0 for 2. Stewart has struck out 10. He walked 2. They were the first 2 he faced tonight. I'm John Saunders along with Tommy Hutton, and we're delighted to have you with us for the final inning of this ball game in Toronto. 1-1 the count.
And we've mentioned it before with Manny Lee. He's not a good bunter. Even though he runs well, better than average speed, probably won't try to drop down a bunt base hit.
Up and in, 2 balls and a strike. Defensively for the A's, the play of the game, Tommy talked about it earlier, probably came in the 4th inning. Fouled back, it's 2-2. That was Tony Fernandez bid for a base hit to right field. McGuire diving out to his right, made the play, came up and flipped to Stewart for the out. Then it was McGriff with a bullet to center field. Swing and a miss on a fastball up and out of the strike zone. Stewart is 2 outs away.
Let's see where the target is of Terry Steinbach. Every time he's called for the fastball, he holds the mitt up. He wants that fastball up. That's where the target was. When he's come with the forkball, he's dropped the target down a little bit. So far, the Jays obviously haven't figured that out.
Mookie Wilson to face Stewart. Mookie is struck out and grounded out. Swing and a miss. An overpowering fastball that he's taken into the 9th inning. He has just now crossed the 100 pitch mark.
And is not tiring at all after throwing 10 innings his last start.
The 0-1. Now it's 0-2.
And this has been the pattern of Dave Stewart all night, except for those first 2 hitters, as you mentioned, John, that he walked. He has gotten ahead to all the Blue Jay hitters.
After those 2 walks, nobody has been on base. He has retired 24 in a row. Swing and a miss, number 25, and he is 1 out away. That's 4 strikeouts in a row and 12 in the ball game.
Look at the target, up. See where Steinbach's holding it right even with the mask, and Stewart trying to go out in style.
Last chance for Toronto, Junior Felix. He's 0 for 2. Dave Stewart 1 out away from a no-hitter.
Junior a better bunter than Manny Lee. It's a possibility he may try to take one with him just to get on base.
Way up high for a ball. Dave Stewart on August the 4th of 1988 pitched a 1-hitter against Seattle. He's got a shot at a no-hitter tonight. Balls behind, 2 balls and no strikes. Three and 0.
Really hard to control that adrenaline. Stewart knows where he's at in the game. He knows he struck out 4. He has 1 more out for a no-hitter. Trying to overthrow a little bit too much.
3-1. Felix was the first batter he faced, and Dave would like to see him be the last. Pop foul, it's 3-2. Stewart might be 1 pitch away from a no-hitter.
And he's just thrown nothing but fastballs to Junior Felix.
And the Blue Jay fans hoping to see a no-hitter. Here's the 3-2. Flipped foul, stays full.
I think he'd fool everybody in the ballpark if he threw Junior Felix a forkball right here.
Do you think he will?
All we have to do is watch the target. It's Terry Steinbach.
Will it be low or will it be high? That breaks the string of 25 in a row retired. Second time that he has walked Junior Felix. He'll now have to deal with Tony Fernandez.
You know, and the other thing he's going to have to deal with, if you think about it, he's going to have to deal with working from the stretch, something that he hasn't done since the first inning. It's been a quiet Oakland Athletics bullpen all night.
It's been better than 2 hours since he's had to work from the stretch. Popped up and out of play.
Obviously, the infield of the Oakland Athletics not worried at all about Junior Felix, so Mark McGuire, the first baseman, well back of him.
And some protection at third as Lansford plays maybe a step or two in front of the bag at third. Fly ball center field. Dave Henderson makes the call. A no-hitter for Dave Stewart. Dave Stewart has thrown a no-hitter, allowing only 3 base runners, at one point retired 25 in a row. He was just in complete control and dominated Toronto.
He dominated all night, picking up his 10th win, and even a little messing around with the mound that John Cerruti did to try to pack up the rubber area didn't affect Dave Stewart tonight.
A no-hitter for Stewart. We will be back.
Winning. It can all come down to one spark plug, Champion. No other plug in the world has fired more drivers to victory than Champion spark plugs. Imagine what they can do for you. Champion. We race. You win. Win a trip for 2 to the Australian Grand Prix in the Champion We Race You Win giveaway. Enter now at your participating auto parts store or auto service dealer.
I've been working on cars almost 30 years, and this new Interstate X2 booster is awesome. The best idea I've seen since the spare tire. See, it's actually 2 batteries in one. So when you run down the main battery, the extra booster battery starts your car in a snap. Yeah, I'd recommend the Interstate X2 booster to anyone who's ever left their headlights on. Or the car door open. Or got caught in freezing weather. Or
the Interstate X2 booster. Call 1-800-CRANK-IT for the dealer near you.
Fernandez, the final out of the game as Dave Stewart records his first ever no-hitter. He does it against the Toronto Blue Jays in Toronto. Dave Stewart was near perfect in this game. He would walk a couple of batters before retiring 25 batters in a row. 5-0 is the final. Stewart, who had struggled, he was 4 losses in his last 5 attempts to get number 10. And in this one, he picks up the victory with the no-hitter, first of his career, and 4 no-hitters in the major leagues this year. Mark Langston and Mike Witt, of course, combined on one. Randy Johnson of Seattle, he had the victory over Detroit. Nolan Ryan no-hit those Oakland A's. And now Dave Stewart has a no-hitter. Let's move on right now. The Yankees and the White Sox. The White Sox now, knowing that Dave Stewart had pulled off the no-hitter, would need a victory at home against the New York Yankees to keep tied for first place. And in this one, Kevin Moss, making his major league debut, pops up weakly to Ozzie Guillen at shortstop. 2 are gone after a walk to load the bases. Wayne Tollefson fenced in by Jack McDowell to end the threat. Then Ron Kittle leads off the bottom half of the inning with a monster shot. Watch Mel Hall just give it a look. It's way over his head into the upper deck. The White Sox take a 1-0 lead at this point. Chuck Carey looking for his 5th win of the year. McDowell 4-4, both ERAs over 4. White Sox enter the game with a 7-game winning streak, and should they pick up the victory, they would remain tied with Dave Stewart and the Oakland A's for first place in the American League West. The Rangers and the Red Sox, another first-place team in action. The Red Sox with a 3.5-game lead in the American League East. Brunansky with the blooper, fair down the line. Greenwell is stopped. They think it's a ground rule double, but the umpire rules fan interference. They send Greenwell home. Bobby Valentine protests the call. It took a little bit of time, but Dan Morrison finally gives him the heave-ho. Into the dugout, they would just about toss everyone, and so Valentine thought they should. Quintana grounds to Julio Franco behind the back, gets the 4th. Safe at first, though. Dwight Evans up, bottom of the 4th with 1 man gone, and Evans facing Charlie Huff over the Green Monster. His 9th home run, number 375 on his career. 2-1, the Red Sox have the lead. The next batter is Ellis Burks. Hits one deep to left field, just fair. His 10th home run of the year, back-to-back, 3-1 for the Red Sox. Top of the 6th, Rob Murphy on in relief, and John Russell strokes the base hit to center. 1 run comes in to score. Ellis Burks throws up a Petralli at the plate. It's a 3-2 lead at that point. The Boston Red Sox also trying to win their 8th consecutive game. Evans, as I told you, number 375 of his career. Ruben Sierra with an RBI single. He has really got it going, but rain has the game delayed now in the 6th inning. Charlie Huff still on despite giving up the back-to-back home runs. It's 3-2. The Angels and the Indians in Cleveland. Charles Nagy, the Indians' first pick in the 1988 draft, making his major league debut, showing the early jitters. This one just a little bit wild. Over top of everyone, Nagy trying to shake things off, but the jitters would continue. Nagy gets called for the balk here. Umpires with the hands up. That's a balk. McNamara comes out to argue. Nagy would receive the support as Candy Maldonado robs Donnie Hill. Diving in here, head first, comes up with a great grab. 2nd inning, Maldonado did it with the bat. This time over top of Luis Polonia's head. His 13th home run of the year. 1-0 for the Tribe. 4th inning, 2-2 game. Max Venable singles. Dick Schofield comes in. The Angels at that point take a 3-2 lead. Lance Parrish has driven in a run as well. Wally Joyner with a sacrifice fly, and Devon White a 2-run home run, his 6th of the year. California leading Cleveland, who really had it going recently. 6-2 is the score in the 8th inning. Royal Stadium, Detroit and Kansas City. Top of the 3rd. Tony Phillips at first. On the hit and run, Alan Trammell lines the single to left. Phillips goes to 3rd. He would later score on a Cecil Fielder double play. Tigers 1-0. Bottom of the 3rd with runners on 2nd. Bill Pecota lays down a sacrifice bunt. Jeff Robinson's throw is wide, but Lou Whitaker grabs the throw, backing him up. Kevin Seitzer to 3rd. With George Brett up, Robinson uncorks the wild pitch. Seitzer scores. Royals would score another in the inning. Kansas City had it 2-1 after 3. Tony Phillips scoring on the Cecil Fielder, hitting into the double play. Tony Phillips with a home run as well. The game is tied 2-2 now in the 5th inning. Gerald Perry has an RBI single for the Kansas City Royals. The Orioles and the Twins in the Metrodome, and the Orioles have been struggling recently. 4th inning, no score. Twins with runners on the corners. Dave Johnson to Brian Harper, lines a single in front of Donnell Nixon. Herbeck scores 1-0 Twins. Now in the top of the 5th, Orioles with 1 aboard. Bob Melvin lines a single off Alan Anderson's breaking ball into center field in front of Kirby. Cal Ripken scores to tie the game at 1. Into the 6th then, Kid Herbeck, who had already blasted out a pair of doubles in the game, rips the solo home run off Dave Johnson. Herbeck 3 for 3 with an RBI, 2 runs scored. 2-1 the Twins. Bob Melvin and Craig Worthington had RBI singles for the Orioles, and the Orioles are now up 5-2 into the 8th inning. The Milwaukee Brewers have made a couple of pitching changes. Chris Bosio has been placed on the 15-day disabled list. He has some problems with a groin muscle, and also Teddy Higuera, who had the same trouble, has been placed or removed off the disabled list. Higuera was their top pitcher at this point. Now, Cincinnati and the New York Mets. The Mets had won 11 consecutive games, and that was the game you watched earlier here tonight on ESPN. Reminder, we still have another game to come in just a moment. And Dave Stewart, a no-hitter in Toronto, pulls it off. His first of the year, 5-0. They blanked the Blue Jays, and we'll hear from Dave Stewart in just a moment. Stay with us. Back in a moment.
They perform like great athletic shoes. And for a limited time, when you buy 4 B.F. Goodrich TA tires, get your favorite team jacket free. Distinctive styling, 100% cotton, with your choice of 26 Major League team logos. Hustle into a participating dealer for great performance tires and your free team jacket.
How fast and portable are Wagner's new cordless power painting systems? Just watch. The new cordless power roller automatically pumps paint to cover quickly and easily, with no runs or drips. The new cordless power brush is perfect for trimming any job, big or small. There's no better way to finish a job with flying colors. Anywhere. Cordless power painting from Wagner. Not just a whole lot faster, a whole lot better.
There's no dashboard light to warn you. No dipstick to check. Yet when warned, they could cause your car to lose control and braking. Don't find out your shocks and struts are worn by accident. Get your shocks and struts inspected at your Monroe retailer soon. Monroe, your safety could depend on it.
Dave Stewart, the man of the hour, and of course that is the 5th no-hitter since the Oakland A's moved to Oakland. Mike Warren had the last in 1983 against the Chicago White Sox. Let's hear from Dave Stewart. He's with Ray Fosse.
I don't know how I did it, but we got it done.
When did you start thinking about it?
About the 5th inning on, I was aware that, I had one going, and I just kept thinking one hitter at a time, one strike at a time.
Stu, after the first 2 hitters, 2 walks to Felix and then Fernandez, did you ever in your mind think that this would happen after those first 2 hitters?
Well, I just figured, experience in having a slow start in the first innings, that if I just simmered down, I'd be all right. I never thought about throwing a no-hitter. I've had people mention it to me for a number of times, and I've always said, heck, I'll probably be the last to throw a no-hitter, and shoot, I guess it's just one of those things. But, before the game, I said a prayer and asked for strength, and it worked.
Dave, throughout the ball game, we were commenting, you seemed to have every single pitch you had working. Did you feel that way?
It was a good night. I was getting a fastball over. When I went to the forkball, it worked for me. And then, when I need to throw the breaking ball, even that worked for me. So it was a good night for me as far as, getting my pitches over.
You had a chance with George Bell, 3-2, and I know you like the challenge. But what was in your mind as far as the type of pitches that you were going to throw if you did get in the count where it was in the count, the favor of the hitter?
Well, I was just thinking, if the count goes in favor of the hitter, I'm just going to try to make the best pitch I can possible without, going to the middle of the plate.
Fred McGriff hit a ball to center field. We had the camera on you after the ball was going to center field. What was going through your mind on that? Looked like a fork ball that he hit to center field.
Well, I was thinking that he got it, and I wasn't sure. I didn't think he'd leave the park, but I thought he hit it well enough to maybe hit a double. And balls had been hit to center field all night long, but none of them were going out. So it was just good fortune it didn't go out.
One thing about you, you seem to get stronger. You threw 135 pitches in your last start, 139, and before that you come back on your 5th day. How strong were you towards the end of the ball game?
I felt real good. I thought I had a real crisp fastball tonight. Good movement, and I thought my location was great. I felt real good tonight.
Dave, when you went to the last innings, the 8th and 9th innings, was there any particular pitch that you said, if they're going to beat me, they're going to have to beat me with this pitch?
I guess you probably saw if they were going to beat me in the late innings, they're going to have to beat me with my number 1, which was a fastball. Yeah, I used it, I think, very smart tonight. Set up my off-speed stuff by using a fastball. I changed speeds early in the count and went hard, and then second time around, I changed speeds later on in the count. I kept them off balance, I think, pretty much all night.
How about this artificial surface? The fact that you figure you hit the ball on the ground, it has a better chance to get through. How much more special is it to do it in a ballpark like this?
Well, definitely. They had some balls that were hit pretty good on the ground tonight, but right at people. But,